Okay.
Okay, hair's down. Here we go. We're here.
We're here. I'm here with Lauren, and happy Bicycle Day to everybody watching. If this gets posted on Bicycle Day.
Happy Bicycle Day.
We are doing this on the 18th, so as the effects roll around, it's going to also roll around into the 19th, and we will be tripping into Bicycle Day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah, Bicycle Day special.
Which means that, you know, there's going to be a lot of other people tripping around this time too. We'll join the bicycle, the bicycle vibes.
Let's talk about the dose. We have here each 2 tabs of 150 micrograms, so there's 300 micrograms total. We're upping the ante. The last time I did a video like this with Quentin, I think we took, was it 225 or 240? Something like that. It's a little bit higher this time. Are you nervous?
You know, as nervous as I ever am, but actually probably this is the least nervous I've been for a trip in a while, because I feel like pretty like emotionally stable right now in my life. Like things are pretty good. I'm in a good space.
Cool. Good. Just to point out to anyone watching, the difference between this video and when I did it with Quentin is I had known Quentin for all of 3 days when we had that experience. Yeah. Laura and I have tripped many times before. We've even tripped in a festival together, like in different settings. So you'll be able to see if you've watched the Quentin video that it's different when you're more comfortable with the person. And also, I'm in a much better place now. Yeah. Like, I think if I was with Quentin now, it would be different anyway. Mm-hmm. And I've really dialed in my self-care, and my life is actually in a good trajectory. So it's like I am in the best space to be tripping. And it's funny saying this because my brain goes like, you're setting yourself up for disaster. But then I'm thinking, but even if that's true, it's a good lesson, because then it can show that even if everything is good, things can still go bad.
Yeah, you can plan things absolutely down to a T, and something will still go completely awry, or you won't want to follow the plan. So
yeah, like I'm not going to do any nitrous this trip, and then you end up doing nitrous on the trip. Anyway, I just wanted to make it clear that I am making these videos to educate you guys on what safe use looks like, and to show you, you know, what Bicycle Day is all about, I guess, which, you know, for a lot of you will be enough to deter you away from ever trying it. So there's, yay, education, harm reduction.
And I think we got to focus a little bit more this time on making this study and the environment a little bit more like conducive to
appealing,
yeah,
comfortable. Yeah. Safe feeling?
Yeah.
Yeah, all of the above. Obviously, a big complaint I get with these videos is the setting is not ideal. And even though we're talking about increasing the setting, we have some comfy things, some better lights. No one's going to trip in front of a camera like this. No. And this takes like an extra kind of crazy to be able to do. And I'm just used to it. I've had so many experiences in front of these cameras. Like, it doesn't bug me anymore. Yeah. It used to really bug me. Yeah, especially as it's coming on, you're like, that's a Cyclops looking at me. A Cyclops alien. They're all around me. I'm surrounded. Oh, last thing I want to point out is you need to always test your tabs with, there's a new reagent in town. It's called the Hoffman. Have you heard of it? Mm-mm. Hoffman will differentiate between different NBOMe compounds. Anyway, I'm not nervous.
I'm as nervous as I ever am for the unknown.
Cheers.
Cheers. Why the grimace?
According to YouTube guidelines shown here, videos which intend to educate are documentary by nature and do not glorify the use of drugs. Those abide by the community safety guidelines and are eligible for monetization. The following video does not glorify the use of drugs. Instead, it attempts to be non-biased while delivering vital life-saving information disguised as entertainment. We do not display graphic use. There are no scenes showcasing drug consumption, and any insinuation of use should be taken as satirical at best. Thanks, YouTube. And don't forget to visit our Patreon page after the video for extra content and behind-the-scenes footage that only our patrons get to see. I love you, motherfucker.
Your LSD should not have a taste. If it does have a taste, it usually means that you got N-bombed. Or in the olden days, it would mean that you got DOB'd or DOC'd.
It's a spitter.
Yeah, you've heard of like the DOM compound? Like all the DOs back in the day?
I mean, I don't know the science behind it, but I know you can have bad...
So that was the old fake acid, was like, say, DOM was the old fake acid. Right. And you could tell because it would come on a bigger blotter, because it would actually be like 2 to 5 milligrams. So they would put 2 to 5 milligrams on a blotter. That would be huge.
Yeah.
Acid's in like the 100 microgram range.
Yeah.
So you would know you got a DOB because not only was it huge, but you would taste it. And that shit was actually dangerous. On high doses, people had to get amputated.
Gee.
Yeah, it causes mega vasoconstriction. It's an amphetamine-based psychedelic. It's really interesting. I've never tried it.
Yeah.
Some people say it's good, but I hate vasoconstriction. Like when I used to take Vyvanse, I would get vasoconstriction just from my daily amphetamines. You know what it feels like, right? That cold feeling. Like your fingers get tingly and...
See, I haven't... what happened? We've never done any like analogs or anything, any like research chemical type of drugs together.
Hold that thought. We gotta mark the time of ingestion. Oh, Adam and Lauren are gonna have a good time.
Good old time.
Great. The sticky notes on the table. 7:25.
That's earlier than I thought we were gonna do it. That's earlier than, have we ever dosed earlier than 9 o'clock?
7:25 p.m. I don't know. And you guys all know what I'm going to say next. I already have to shit. I have this psychosomatic response of drugs where, like, if it's LSD or an MDMA or a methadone or a fucking cathinone, you know, any of these entactogens or psychedelics, except for shrooms, I always feel like I have to poop.
Get out. Shrooms are
Shrooms
the
don't
only...
make me poop.
What? Shrooms are the only one that gives me really, like, significant, like, consistent digestive wobbles. But, like, it's not always bad. Sometimes it's just a little gas. MDMA sometimes makes my stomach feel a little crunchy before
Most
it comes
people
up.
poop on MDMA. It's very common.
See, I don't really poop.
How about on coffee? When you drink coffee, do you poop?
I'm really regular. I wake up in the morning when I have to poop, and that's when I poop. I poop in the morning, and then I'm good for the rest of the day.
I can poop in the
usually.
morning, and then if I drink coffee, I poop again.
Sometimes I'll have a number two, part two. when
Number
I have
two
my
of the two?
Because I'll have a coffee and a spliff when I get up, but I usually go to the bathroom before I even have my coffee or spliff. It's like I'll sleep until about 7:30, and then my body's alarm clock is having to go poop.
Yeah, I've been pooing in the mornings too. When I was taking Kratom, my poo schedule was all thrown off balance, because, you know, anything that's got activity on the opioid
opioids,
receptor.
yeah.
Even though Kratom is a very light opioid, it would still constipate me really badly, to the point where sometimes I was shitting out bowling balls.
Dude.
Like, they're not real bowling balls, you know what
it's
I
not
mean?
fun,
though?
yeah.
And
Yeah.
they would actually make my butt bleed.
Yeah,
They would
yeah.
hurt. And
Yeah.
and they don't only hurt, you
Were you
feel like you
drinking
don't have
enough water?
control of the muscle, so you're like sitting there forever, just waiting, and like,
Yeah.
you're trying, and it's like
just
not
like a
moving.
fucking rabbit
One
trail.
time, this is gonna be graphic, I actually tried to put my finger in my butt to pull the fucking
Is that
thing
where
out.
is that where our
No.
What
No, they're
was-
kids. They're listening to a poop song.
Yeah, that's
Kids
the
love
poop
poop.
song. What was it? The poop in your fingernail.
Oh, really? Well, I might as well have wrote that one myself. It was
Like,
horrible.
did they get it from you?
No, I've never told anyone this. This is
No, I
new
know the
information.
song. Yeah. Oh,
I had to pull the
I
shit
feel
out of my
blessed.
butt because.
that's better than having a prolapse, I think.
Oh yeah.
My
Are
friend
you?
had a prolapse on acid. Yeah, no, serious. She comes out of the bathroom and she's like, I think I just prolapsed. And I was like,
Did she have a lot of?
no, she had, okay, so it was really interesting. She had some kind of IBS. It got labeled, when our friendship ended, her medical status was IBS. Now, it definitely wasn't just IBS. There was something else going on. And she noticed sometimes, like, when she would take acid, it would affect it. Sometimes it would loosen up. Sometimes it would feel like it would constrict more. And I'm not sure whatever ended up happening. She did end up having, like, prolapses and stuff like that. I know she had some kind of surgery, but I don't know what happened. And she was, for a while, like, we thought that tripping was helping.
Oh.
But then I think she decided that it kind of wasn't helping and that it was making it worse. So we were looking into, like, how, like, what acid might affect, like, cardiovascular, like, just, I can't remember what we ended up finding out about that, but it can affect your, the blood flow into your capillaries and stuff like that.
Yeah, it feels kind of like coffee. Like, it feels like it has effect on all the smooth muscles.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they start pushing the poop.
I
down.
find my muscles relax when I'm on mushrooms and acid.
Mushrooms
Except for
are
my
very
my
different to
jaw.
me than acid. There's a very, like, you would say you put, like, pure psilocybin in a cup and
Mm-hmm.
LSD in a cup, and you didn't tell me what I was taking, I would know within probably 20 minutes.
Oh, for sure,
Which one it was.
100%.
Like, I can tell very distinctly the differences. It feels different on my body,
Yeah.
different on my mind.
Yeah.
I am more... Yeah, I lean more towards the LSD wagon because I like the body effects more. If shrooms had better body effects, I would be more prone to enjoying it.
Oh,
I like
absolutely.
shrooms for what it can do, don't get me wrong. It is a beautiful experience. And in high doses, it basically resembles DMT to
How
me.
much have you done acid and mushrooms together?
Only in low doses. I've never taken a high dose together.
It's an amazing combo.
But even in low doses, it like, I mean, like you can take just half a gram of mushrooms.
Oh,
let's
you
say
don't-
a normal trip, and you're like, you feel
Yeah.
it so strong.
I feel like you don't need, like, if acid's already there, you don't need as much mushrooms to get the mushroom effect. But I find that mushrooms with acid, I think I've said this before on the camera, I find it deepens, like, the spiritual aspect of the trip. Like, I find, like, I get more introspection and I get deeper, clearer, like, more enlightening thoughts, I would say, with the acid and mushroom combo than I would just with acid on its own. But I find that mushrooms, just like a big mushroom trip on their own, I find it's harder to it's not as clear, like the revelations and stuff, you know, the stuff that I work through, sometimes it's not as clear. It's a little bit more emotional than it is, like, than I can think
My
about.
therapist says that
That
mushrooms
makes
are
any
shadow
sense.
work.
Oh, for
That's
sure.
what he says. He says he's seen people, like he actually
That's a
used
good way
to
to
do
put it, yeah.
psychedelic therapy. Like he was the primary therapist, like in
Mm-hmm.
a very medical setting, not like some, you know, backdoor kind
Yeah.
of thing. He stopped doing it because he said it was too intense.
Yeah.
Like just the needs that the people had, it was very
Oh, I
draining
bet.
of your energy. And yeah, he said he's seen people who can take massive doses of LSD, but with mushrooms, it's not always the same because it just brings out that
The shadow, for
the,
sure.
the things in your core that you're not ready to even see, and it
Yeah.
just pulls them out of you. So but on the other side of that coin, mushrooms, if you've got like everything in alignment, it can be beautiful. You know, but so many people don't.
Yeah.
And they go into these experiences expecting fun. I think what we should talk about is the importance of good conversation during your come up.
Yeah.
I feel like, and this is a super arrogant thing to say, because I'm more experienced, it's not as important to me. But I feel like a lot of people, when they watch these kind of videos, they're like thinking like, why are they talking about these things when they're coming
Yeah.
up? You got to keep it light. And it is
Yeah.
important to keep things light. And,
But you know
and
you're
fun.
going into a deep space. I think feeling free on your come up before you're already in those deep thoughts. If you feel free to discuss them with the person that you're with, then, you know, if something heavy comes up, you're not going to feel as shy or self-conscious maybe about bringing it up when you're already tripping, you know?
Yeah.
Because like that can I've seen, you know, maybe someone who's never really thought about life too much deeper than surface level has a trip for the first time, and that, you know, ego dissolution starts to happen and they start thinking differently outside of the box that they're used to, and just thinking differently can make you feel self-conscious, right? Because you're like, all of a sudden, who is this person that's thinking this way?
Yeah. I think what I've read a lot of people commenting on, and this is just from reading people's comments on videos, that they've said when they've tripped with other people, and I think in trip reports too, is they get super self-conscious of how they sound around the other person. Like they get really into their head of like, oh, am I being normal? Like this big, they, especially younger people, I think, when fitting in is so important, they get stuck in this mindset of, I hope I'm not being weird right now. Oh, does he think I'm weird? And it's almost like they're afraid to show how affected they are.
Yeah,
especially guys, I think.
For sure.
Because they want to maintain this tough image.
Some composure.
And that
Well,
really fucks the trip up because that's control.
Well, think of
That is
drinking culture, right? It's like,
literally
can you
control.
hold your liquor? Can you hold your liquor? And it's like, but the whole point of doing psychedelics is to let go.
Yeah, exactly. So people come into this from this weird twisted mindset of, I'm going to show how tough I am by how good how I can handle this, and then they might actually be good at putting on the facade, but internally the whole time they're like, I can't.
There's
wait till this
beauty
is
in the
over.
breakdown, baby. You gotta break down to break through.
I just wanted to point that out. A lot of people have problems with this.
Yeah.
And this is why I think it's also really important to trip with the people you're comfortable with, because then you're never thinking, am I being normal right now? Do they think I'm weird? Like, you got to be with people that you can be
You can
weird
have
with
a whole
normal.
conversation about poop with.
Yeah, well, and there are some people who are comfortable having those conversations with anybody.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And there's some
That's
people
me.
who are so, like, afraid of judgment, you know?
I'm the weirdo.
I'm pretty weird, too.
That's why we're friends.
But I think everybody's weird.
Yeah,
Some
but
people
it's
are just
like, how
hiding
do
it more.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, do you embrace your weirdness? Do you let
I think
your
that's
freak
weird to
flag
me.
fly?
Is when people are trying to hide it. That's really weird.
Well,
to me.
yeah, because we all got weird.
And then, like, what does weird mean? Weird just means that we're different. That's all it essentially is. We
And
are all
that's-
different, and that's what makes us interesting.
That's the social conditioning, though. They want you to all fit into a
The
nice
mold.
little box.
Give me the mold. I will put it on the table, lift it up, and you're going to see all these people that are intricately exactly the same.
Square, man.
Paint the models the same. They'll just be little puppets. All of them little puppets.
I should
All
have a water
policing
bottle
each
down
other.
here.
There's a big ass one over there that we can fill up.
I could already feel like I'm having a headache.
Oh no. Well, I had Advil if
Yeah.
you need something.
I got the things.
Oh right, I was gonna ask you that. So are you currently on any drugs daily that would have an interaction? Just weed, right?
No, just cannabis.
I mean, that still could have an interaction, but
It
that's
does,
become
for
your
sure.
normal, right? Like being stoned is like so normal to you.
It is fairly normal. I mean, I still feel like I still get stoned when I smoke weed for sure.
Yeah.
But I'm very comfortable with cannabis, and I smoke different strains for different reasons too. So I've gotten a pretty good idea of what strains work for me and which ones kind of exacerbate the negative symptoms that I try to curb. But I don't really have as much anxiety as I did before. I've worked through a lot of stuff that
Good.
was giving me like the general anxiety. I still sometimes just don't like going out though. I'm a
Me too.
homebody.
How many times have you invited me places? And even sometimes I'm like, yeah, it sounds fun. And then I just
Like my birthday.
disappeared. Your birthday.
That was such a sick thing, man. You should have come. It was so quiet. There were so few people.
So
and we had
what-
a private venue.
I didn't come for was I didn't want to do MDMA, and I knew if I went, I would have done it.
Yeah, it wasn't really like a big like dose party. It was mostly just smoking weed and some
But
drinks.
I don't really smoke weed.
Yeah,
Like I go through phases, but right now I'm not in a weed phase. I feel like I just would have done M.
Yeah.
I just think I would have. So I was kind of not going to keep myself from doing it.
Well, what if you should come to the music festival in May. That would be a really good time.
I'm not afraid of people. just
I
to
know
be
you're
clear.
not.
Okay.
I know you're not. But I want a buddy. Come trip with
I just
me.
don't enjoy all the events. Yeah,
Shit.
that's okay. I knew when I set that up I was going to get kicked many times.
There's gonna be a lot less people at this, obviously not thousands and thousands.
No, but see, I don't mind. Like, I'm comfortable with, like, thousands of people. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't bug me. It's just, like, am I enjoying myself? And not always.
I think this one you would, because we can get away actually to the nature, and it's not as like.
Yeah, no, I feel like you have
Wow.
this vision of me that, like, I hate socializing or something.
No, I don't think that.
Oh, I see. I'm just very selective.
Yeah, no, I know. That's what I've been trying to like suss out what would be like good things to invite you to, because I
Yeah.
know. I'm selective too. I don't like getting all loose and open and lovey with people that end up like not being the kind of people I want to be close
Right,
to.
right. I used to be crazy social. Before
Mm-hmm.
I knew you, I was in, like we would go out to bars 3 or 4 times a week.
Really?
Like, it was intense. We were always going out. This is like my pickup girls phase.
Mm-hmm,
So we were always going out. But, I would talk to guys. Like, we would talk to everybody. It was
Yeah.
really fun. So I feel like I'm one extreme or the other. I'm either, like, super extremely always socializing, or I'm not. I have a hard time with the balance.
Yeah.
And having kids, I think a lot of people feel this. There's just so much going on.
Totally.
It feels like I don't have the energy
Yeah.
for it, unless it's like a nice, like a tight knit group of people that I already know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do find it a little draining sometimes meeting a bunch of people.
Yeah, this one, so in May is going to be, I'm going to have a few friends.
I want to go do interviews,
Yeah.
but
that
that's
would
me
be
turning
fun.
into a business oriented thing. But like, I want to go out and do some Shambhala style interviews.
People would be stoked on that. They would be so stoked on that. They would feel so special.
I would go for that. Let's see what time it's at. 7:39. So it's been 15 minutes. Usually by the 20-minute mark, I actually start to feel it. Right now, my face is just itchy. I got itchy beard syndrome.
I'm going to feel it probably.
I'll know I'm feeling it because I'll get cold.
Should get water. Can I roll on camera? Is that allowed?
Yeah, I'll do, like if I don't like it, I'll just bleep it out. Okay, look, if you're going out, I'm gonna go poo because I feel like I have to poo.
That's a good break. I know. I feel saw a lighter in here somewhere. I'm back. Aren't you the one who tried to hurt me with goodbye? You think I'd crumble? You think I'd lay down? I'm starting to feel it. Definitely starting to feel it. Just like all of
Remember, you gotta put this thing on.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Yeah, okay, where should I go to smoke this?
You didn't smoke it yet?
No.
What were you doing while I was pooping?
It wasn't that long. That was probably the fastest shit you've ever taken.
Time is slowing down. I thought I was in there for at least a few
I'm
minutes.
starting to get cold. Should I go out the back door or the front door?
But you can just go down here.
Oh,
I'll show
is
you.
there space? I think I need to add another hoodie here. Feeling cool. Time for costume change.
Are you gonna put this on? Well, she's out there puffing on her her mix of weed and nicotine. I am over here and I'm feeling cold. Please describe the effects you're feeling, Adam. Tell the camera how you're feeling. I'm oddly feeling like my voice sounds different. I feel like my voice is changing. Is my voice changing? Does it sound like I'm speaking in a different way than I was just a second ago? I don't know. Anyway, I'm feeling cold. Oh, let's just spit the thing out. I feel like my lower back just started hurting. Huh? What? I think she's shouting at me to get water. God damn it. I smell weed. I can smell it in here. I don't know if my nose is just extra sensitive, but maybe some of the smoke came in. Whoa. That's a strong smell, man. Oh, I got tingles in my feet. Immediately, my lower back started hurting. You know, you're an old man when, like, you take acid and the first thing that you feel is your fucking lower back starts hurting. Jesus. This cardboard that they have them on is so hard. I'm gonna swallow it, but, like, man, it's hard. So why does it smell like weed in here?
Probably because I just smoked.
I know, but it, like the smell came in. Do you smell it or is it just me? It smells very strong to me.
I can't smell it because I just came in from it.
I think my sense of smell is heightened.
Probably very sensitive right now.
The bottoms of my feet feel extra tickly. Like, I've got shoes on, and I need to take my shoes off because my shoes pressing on the bottom of my feet was causing a tickle.
Yeah, I need to take. I have too many layers off.
No more shoes causing tickle. Goodbye, tickle.
Bye, tickle.
Ugh.
Don't tickle.
My bald head is losing heat fast, but it is itchy. There we go. Hood, no hat, better fit. No, you must put on the trip suit.
I think I would like to order pho for dinner or some kind of soup.
You want to order food right now?
Not right now, but like probably better to order it so that it's here before we're like gone, and then I can heat it up.
Soup is a good idea. We can order that later.
Yeah. We're in the city. I forget that there's things open later.
Yeah. It's a good sweater, though.
Isn't it?
Yeah, maybe wear that, and then the trip suit after. Some scenes of this sweater would be cool. Oh, but you're gonna freaking hide it, though.
I'm not. I'll put this on.
I'm all about, we've got to get some good camera shots to make silly effects on.
I need to put some sunglasses on. The lights are so bright. Oh yeah, these ones. Just got these out of the lost and found at work.
Where do you work, Lauren?
I work at a dispensary. These don't help that much.
Oh my god, I'm sitting next to the Terminator over here. You look like you're in some kind of like a 90s music video. Please take them off.
Get down on me.
You look
I'll
hilarious.
get down on you. It's B44s. Isn't it? Were they Canadian boys?
I don't know.
I think they were Canadian boys.
Why on earth do you have a Vega hydration drink?
It's
Hey,
electrolytes.
let's get some of this stuff off the table. Yeah, I'll move my silly pictures off.
I like your silly pictures.
Oh, thank you. Let's have a clean looking table.
These pants might be too constricting on my stomach. It's already feeling wobbly.
My lower back hurts. And it didn't hurt until after the LSD kicked in. Like, it didn't hurt at all. I haven't had back pain. I think it's just making me super aware of my muscles and the fact that I trained back today. So it's like I can feel that I definitely trained back today. It makes you hyper aware of all the tendons and the muscle sinew and the connection points and
Oh, well, you get super hyper in tune with all your body, right?
and I'm like I'm
like you're
training hard. So
I
my
feel-
body's like really torn down right now.
I feel like when the acid kicks in, it's like you feel your consciousness more throughout your body than just like where we typically associate consciousness with our heads.
Oh, it's been 35 minutes. Shit. I'm going to put 35 minutes. It begins.
Yeah, the bright lights. The lights are bright.
I don't mind the lights.
Oh, that's like, I'm such a not a visual person too, especially I feel like I get super sensory
Sensory
overload.
Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, I don't mind lights
I
at
can
all.
do sound. Usually sound is fine because like I find like it, like I mean good, I don't know. Music, yeah. I don't have any music. What was you were all like about pre-selected music this time.
I've got some good songs. The problem is I can't play any. Ooh,
See, I want to
sound.
flow when I feel like this. I want to get really good. Okay. What do we have here? Oh, I brought my oil diffuser. Do you like nice smells?
Yeah, put the smells on.
Okay. I brought different smells so that you can select. What are your kind of smells do you like? Do you like?
Something like a tree.
Oh, good. I brought a tree smell. Tell me I brought the tree smell. No, fuck off. I had such a good tree smell, I didn't bring it. Oh wait, I might have a tree smell in my car.
I have oils.
I have the, what do you think about this one? Yeah, maybe.
What's that one called?
It's called Present Moment.
Sure, if you want to put it on, I'm fine.
It's like grounded and citrusy. And it's frankincense, citrus, sandalwood, vetiver, and ylang ylang.
Jennifer
I don't know, I
Vanderbilt.
think tree smells would be better though. What kind of oils do you have?
Cedar.
Yeah,
Give me some cedar.
I should have brought the deep forest one.
I have cedar upstairs. But you can put on whatever you want. As long as it's not like overpowering.
a muscle rib one here. Gotta have this for that. Put some of this on your lower back. It's an all natural roller. Too many smells.
So you need to be careful of leaving cups that block the cameras, because they can like lose focus.
Oh, right.
So yeah, and sometimes they'll focus on like a cup or something, and they'll just mess the whole thing up. Lauren, you always come when you got all your stuff.
I know.
It's like, I know it's my house, so I don't have that issue of needing to bring stuff, but like you always got so much stuff.
And I don't know how to pack light. I'm that way. I understand that way. My mom always makes fun of me when I'm walking out the door. She's like, "You have enough stuff?" I'm like, I don't know. Maybe not.
Maybe not. Is the apocalypse coming? I don't know.
I don't know how this trip is gonna go. Okay. I need to be prepared. I got some fun goggles. You should try putting these on.
Bring them over here.
It's easier to see when the light's really bright, but they definitely get really tricky in the dark. Okay, different pants on. They're tight already.
Hello, Earthlings. I am a Martian. I come to you from planet Lysergamite. On my planet, we breathe water. Wait, that's pretty normal for fish.
Well, fish aren't breathing water.
It's extracting the oxygen from the water. Speaking of that, breathing feels different.
Breathing definitely feels different.
It's like I'm whatever I focus on becomes hyper intensified.
Oh, now we switched into manual breathing. I hate that. Go on autopilot.
Lauren says she's manually breathing. I'm pretty sure mine is still on autopilot. This is your captain speaking. We are full course ahead to Tripland. When we reach our destination, you will know, because we will be completely incapacitated. And acting in very bizarre ways.
Trying to get that toilet face.
It's just gonna smell like poo if you go over there.
I'm not gonna go in there. I can't smell anything actually. Okay, I think. Oh, headache. Should I take an Advil and just get it over with? I don't want to.
Have you tried ingesting H2O?
I really haven't.
I have a friend called Water. It might help you.
I really haven't given it an honest
These
shot.
pants that I'm wearing are legitimately 10 years old. Can you tell? I'm dressed like a bum. I believe Lauren is entering stage 1. This is when the psychedelic effects become a little harder to ignore.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's being completely fully encompassed in psychedelia, but it definitely gets to the point where it's harder to ignore. And it's going to get to the point where I can no longer put on... Like I'm actually playing up being silly right now because it's fun. But I'm also, at the same time, losing ability to use words as efficiently as I would like. I can feel when I'm trying to talk and I'm trying to sound smart, like it's hard. Like it feels very challenging to formulate words right now.
The weight of my hair is annoying. I just want to chop it all off.
You could join my club. The Shaved Head Clan.
I can't lie, I was dreamt of having a bit of a Britney moment. With less emotions though.
Wait, what?
You know, Britney. She shaved her
I don't follow your train of
hair.
thought.
Britney Spears?
Oh,
She
Brittany.
shaved-
Oh, I heard Brainy. I didn't hear what
Oh.
you said. I was like, what is she talking about?
Oh.
Brainy. Brittany, yes, I understand.
Britney.
You look like an alien with those on.
I feel like an alien. These I feel like a fly. Feels like what if, you know, when they have like all the little angles to their eyes.
Yeah. Imagine seeing what a fly sees.
Yeah, I feel like that must be why they're always bumping into shit.
They only bump into windows, silly. They're pretty good. You always see them like bumping into the windows because they don't see the glass. They're just like, and that's when I kill them. When I see them trapped in the window, I'm like, this is a prime opportunity to get rid of that motherfucker. I hate flies.
I can't tell if I feel wobbly or if I'm hungry.
Hate's a strong word. Do I really hate flies? I don't know if I hate flies.
I don't hate
I'm gonna say I love flies. No, I'm gonna attract more to me. I love life. There we go. Flies are part of life, so I definitely love them because they're life. I value all life, the smallest to the biggest. All life has value. My writing is normally atrocious, but now it is reaching the heights of disturbingly ugly. I
need to take the contact lenses.
am feeling.
I don't know if anybody else gets this who wears contact lenses or glasses, has strong glasses prescription. I think my prescription's like -6 or like high 5.
I don't know anything about glasses, so yes, you're speaking to an audience.
Yeah, so I'm speaking to the audience. Those who are nearsighted, you can't see far away, right?
Can I do math?
Blind as a bat.
If it's 8:13 and we start at 7:25, that's 45 minutes?
Yeah.
No, 40 minutes. 40 minutes.
I find that contact lenses, like my eyes are from after, like, I'm not sure if it's just getting older or just my eyes or what, but I feel like every time I do psychedelics, my eyes get more sensitive to contact lenses. Like I want to wear contacts less and less. I feel like you gotta put the glasses on. It's just nice to be able to take I guess, I don't know, because I'm tripping over my words, but this is something I actually want to articulate because I want to ask people if other vision impaired people find this when they're tripping. For one, I find it takes higher doses of psychedelics for me to have really visual trips. Like I'm not a very visual tripper, and we've talked about this before. I feel like it takes higher doses for me to get like just more visuals.
I am very visual.
Like my closed eye visuals will be quite intense. Like as soon as I close my eyes, like, you know, when I'm peeking or whatever, like I'll have like full on, and I can like meditate into like deeper visual states. But like as soon as I open my eyes, it's like I'm definitely in reality. Like there's an overlay and like, but anyways, visuals tripping. Yeah, so I find like being able to, like, without contact lenses is better, so that if I can take my glasses off and have that blurred vision, like it's that
Do it. Go put your
dampening.
glasses on.
Oh no, I will. I'm just talking about it.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah. No, I just find it interesting that like I wonder if other people who have bad vision when they trip find that too. Like it's nice to be like, are you a visual tripper? Do you have bad vision? Are you a visual tripper or not?
Who are you talking to?
The audience.
What audience? Oh, the cameras.
The cameras. Yes, for the science.
I gotta pretend that there's an audience again.
You don't have to. It's all going to be edited, right? So.
No, the whole point of these is not to edit the whole thing.
Well,
it's just to be one smooth ride.
Well, good, then I want them to know the question. Hopefully someone can follow my train of thought and what I'm trying to ask as my thoughts
You need
start.
to show the smooth descent. How do you spell descent?
Quite smooth.
Smooth descent into absurdity. You must display the smooth descent into absurdity with as much accuracy as possible.
Okay, I'm taking one of the gummies for the headache. So this is a non-psychoactive compound of cannabis called CBG.
CBG?
CBG.
TBGBs?
heebie-jeebies. I can't. I'm hoping that it's gonna help with the headache. It's not gonna not help with the headache. Oh.
Ooh, how are my reflexes? Not as good as I anticipated. Fake scientist Adam in action. So, Lauren, how are you feeling this evening?
Okay. I hate starting a psychedelic trip with a headache, but the headache was coming on before.
Can I get you an
trip.
Advil?
I'm gonna see how the CBG gummy and water goes first before I take the Advil. I'm really curious to see if these can like take the place of Advil in my life.
Good.
No, I don't use Advil a lot, really, only like once a month for cramps. And then on the rare occasion, very rare occasion that I get a headache. I really don't get headaches very often.
Yeah, me neither. I rarely get headaches. And if I do, they're usually tension related from like working out.
Mine are usually dehydration related. This is
Oh,
total
true.
dehydration headache. I haven't been drinking any water today.
I'm feeling very cold. I will layer up with another blanket.
I'm not feeling cold, but I'm feeling jittery. I'll probably finish. I didn't finish my joint. I just put it out. That's probably why you smelled it. I left it in the kitchen or on the laundry machine.
No, I thought I was actually smelling straight up smoke.
The door was open or cracked for a minute, and then I closed it, so it might have gone in.
These chairs could used to be so much more comfy. I'm gonna switch mine. I have a comfier chair. Fuck this chair.
I can't tell if I feel wibbly or just like I could like burp. Probably burps.
No, I'm moving things. Exerting physical force, strenuous. I thought I had a thing on. Do I? Wow, lots of layers of things. A new chair has entered the scene. Let's put it all the way up so it's super high. Okay, leaning back is much better. Back feels better.
just the come up. It's just the come up. It's just the come up. I hate this feeling.
Hate? No.
Okay, hate's a strong word. I just don't like the unsettled vibration feeling that I get, but I can't tell if my stomach is feeling wobbly or not. See, sometimes having too empty of a stomach for me is what can make me feel nauseous. But I know I ate before I came here. I've had a burger before I came here. I'm not hungry by any means. That was the first thing I ate. Maybe that's why.
So this is called the come up phase.
Oh boy.
Let's see what my heart rate is at. That's not too bad. Resting rate for the day is 50, and presently my heart rate was just at 86. It's not even very elevated, actually. Not very elevated at all. Yeah, 300 micrograms is a pretty strong dose. I believe this is the average dose of like the early era of acid, like the Love era. Like when this first started getting popularized. Like these days people only take 100, but back in the day the entry level dose was like I think 250 to 300 micrograms. Riding on the coattails of the bicycle day guy. I think he accidentally dosed himself with what? Do you remember how much? I'll look it up.
I don't think it was that much.
It might have just been 250.
I thought it was like 1 to 150.
No, it's more. It was definitely near the 200.
Oh, that's a decent trip.
Yeah. Might have been 3. I think it was 250. I'm going to look it up.
Oh, thank God. That's what I needed.
On the afternoon of April 19th, 1943, the Swiss chemist Albert Hofmann dropped acid and rode his bike home. Hofmann, who worked in the pharmaceutical department of Sandoz Laboratories in Basel, had first synthesized LSD in 1938. Oh, talking feels funny. While trying to create a stimulant to treat respiratory and circulatory problems.
The floor in here, though. Oh, this will be fun if I actually get, like, proper visuals.
24. We're at an hour. Finally. All right. We are 1 hour in.
I might need to have an Advil on deck. Just in case.
Almost. It's 8:24. We're just not going to write it down until it's true. I'm waiting until 8:25 to write it down.
I don't want to be sick in that toilet.
You can go upstairs. You don't have to be sick in that yucky toilet that I pooped in. If you have to be sick, there's more than one toilet.
Yes, Jasmine knows what's that. How does Jasmine do?
How does she do
Does
what?
she ever get, like, nauseous? Or how does she handle her trip? She usually...
I feel nauseous too.
Yeah?
But I find the best course of action is to not give it attention. Like, you're up and you're, like, talking about it. I'm just sitting
You
here.
trip more often than I do.
You just gotta let... The nauseous is just gonna happen.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you're right. I know every time I give it more attention, that's when it actually... Because I've totally psyched myself out of the nausea of the come up.
If I sit here and I start thinking about being nauseous, I will get nauseous. Like,
Okay.
100%. Like, but if I don't, then I won't. But it also helps, like, being proactive, like sitting down.
Being proactive, like sitting down.
Well, you're proactively doing something about the nausea. I find standing when I feel like that is the worst.
You've got a comfy chair. I feel like I should have one of those bigger chairs. The lights really affect me, I think. Oh, fuck.
You can go hang out in the other area. You don't have to sit over here. There's absolutely no pressure to sit under these lights with me.
Should we see if this affects it? Did we determine that?
No, you can turn the lights off like that. It might make this brighter, though.
Ooh,
Do you want it dark like this? I'll leave it in your hands.
I don't know. I'm sure. Maybe I should get into this underneath. Ooh-wee.
So moving is an interesting experience for sure. Oh, it's on the audio thing. How do we just make it normal? I don't have enough experience with this to know.
Did you test this one? Obviously, you test everything. Right?
Oh yeah, of course.
No, that was a dumb question. Not like, is it good? No, I mean like, how good is it?
Oh, have I tested it?
Yeah.
I don't know. No, I've never taken this one before.
Yeah, you said you haven't taken it.
Like I've tested it. Like I know it's actual LSD, but I haven't taken it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't know what you meant by tested. I've microdosed it. I've definitely microdosed. I don't know what Lauren thinks is so funny.
Oh, it's not. I'm not laughing. I'm holding on for J Life.
That is pretty comical, actually.
That's me going really fast through the dimensions. like speed is coming at me.
We are an hour into this experience. An hour is usually when stuff starts to like really manifest and melt, and this is when things happen.
We're getting near a peak. Coming up to a peak. Well, peaking is like within a couple hours, few hours.
I don't know. I think it depends. They would say like the literature would suggest the peak is anywhere from 60 to 90 minutes in. But the feeling of minutes start to lose their hold on you. Time starts to become this loosely understood concept instead of a binding reality.
I don't think we're gonna trip that hard.
I usually always get to a point where time feels like it's stretched out a little bit.
Oh,
For
well,
sure.
it definitely does. I find that
Like,
more
time
so with
slows
mushrooms
down.
than acid, too. I find I'm more in touch with reality
Not me.
on acid
I'm the opposite.
than mushrooms.
I'm the total. I feel like with mushrooms, there's like I know like when I'm coming down out of it, versus with acid, it's like I'm always in it. Like mushrooms, I find more wavy. Like sometimes I'm in, then I'm out. With LSD, it's like I'm just in. I don't know if I'm making any sense.
No, I completely understand what you're saying. I find that I'm the opposite.
I see.
I find like with mushrooms, I'm in for it, and then acid, I can kind of like after I peak, I can definitely like ride it in and out, like. Oh, it's so hot.
Can we have a comfortable chair? Like if we're
No,
gonna sit here.
I feel like my legs are there's too much nervous energy in my legs to sit down.
I feel you.
Yeah, it's like I need to just kind of bounce.
I don't like the mess that I've created, so pardon me while I tidy up.
This is why I like flow. Oh, I gotta get my fucking whips charged here, buddy. That's what I was trying to do while I was fussing with my steps.
Oh, throwing shoes is quite entertaining.
Breathing in and out. In and out.
So the parts of trips that I find interesting is when your perceptions really start to change.
Oh, for sure. The in-betweens, definitely. It feels to me very much like going into a dream. Like a dream state. Oh, dude, I gotta tell you, okay. Can we have, just forget the cameras there. Conversation. I need to tell you about a dream I had recently. If I can manage to hold the thought. Hold on.
feel like an alien on a talk show.
I will get. I know. I need to try to talk about the dream right now. I'll come back to it. I know because it's like super. Been waiting for a trip to talk about this dream, to be honest. Okay.
If you sit over here, you feel like you're an alien on a talk show.
Yeah, I feel like that every day of my life.
How do I have a camera that captures me when I go over here? Well, it's not very bright though.
Okay, so this dream, if I can try to explain it. So I know I've talked about to you like how when I'm tripping it feels like I'm in a dream, right?
Yeah.
Well, I had a dream the other night and it was like I was in a house, really, really benign setting. But it was like it was a testing ground for me to. I felt like I was in a dreamscape in my mind, right? Like I felt like I was in my mind. Like I was having a lucid dream. But I felt like I had an opportunity. I had a few questions for my subconscious recently, like why I often find in my lucid dreams that when I try to fly and I think about it and I try to fly outside, I always hit some kind of a ceiling. It's like I can never actually get outside. Like I'm always opening another window or hitting some kind of a ceiling, and then all of this, like, it'll see, like you ever seen the movie The Truman Show?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, it's like there's always some sort of
You're gonna
ceiling.
talk about the Truman Show as we're recording ourselves taking LSD. You're pretty funny. That's what it feels like though, doesn't it?
Oh, all the time. Oh, for sure. The first time I tripped, I thought of The Truman Show because I remember thinking, like, The Truman Show, like, fucking fucked me up as a kid. Because I was a lucid dreamer. And because of this experience that I've always had as a lucid dreamer, and I'm trying to get to the, like, bottom of it, I meditate in my lucid dreams, right? When I get consciousness in my dreams, a lot of people wake up, right, when they realize they're in a dream. I've gotten to a point where I stay in the dream as long as I possibly can and extend that continuity of conscious thought as long as I possibly can so that I can remember as much as I can when I wake up, right? And in remembering things that make sense. In some kind of, like, like taking it out of the abstract. And so I'm in this dream and I start off, there's different rooms in the house, and I come and it repeats a bunch of times and it's always the same. I start in this hallway and then I walk into the kitchen. And then there's somebody else there, and it's like they're part of the exercise that I'm doing. So it's almost like there's a mentor there, if you will, who's like watching me. Every time I walk through the house, I notice something different that's taking place. Whether I notice something about. So the first time I walk through the house, what I notice is, while I'm walking through this space, I can feel my physical body laying there in my bed, and I'm noticing that my jaw is grinding. So I take a deep breath while I'm walking through the house, and I'm like, I go into the kitchen and I grab a glass of water. This is in the dream, right? I grab a glass of water and I meditate and I sit, like take a deep breath, and I can feel my whole body in the dream and my physical body laying in my bed having the dream. And my jaw relaxes and my teeth are grinding a little less. So I'm now from my dream actively working on my physical body, right? In a totally abstract way.
So we are under the influence of LSD right now, making it so hard to follow what you're saying. I'm following what you're saying to a degree, but it's challenging.
Okay, I'll have the conversation with you sober, but the fucking dream was so wild, dude. So
your dream was influencing your sober reality? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
My real reality. So I'm laying in my bed having this dream. I can feel my physical body laying there while I'm in the dream. I'm aware that I'm in a dream.
Yeah.
So I'm from within the dream. I told my body to relax my jaw because I could feel how hard I was grinding. Right?
Okay.
I grind my teeth when I sleep. And so I was like, okay, I need to like relax my jaw. And so I did that. And then then I started that dream again. But it's not like I started the dream again. It's like I'm doing an exercise. So the next time I start walking through the house, I notice something else that's different. I'm like, just taking note of how conscious I am in the dream, of different things that I can remember, that the light is the same, in the same position every time I come through the house, even though it's a dream, right? Like, why are these things consistent? They should be changing because I'm in a dream, but they're not. So, like, I'm trying to tell, like, is this dream part of my mind, or am I in another reality experiencing this? So, here's the thing. Here's the big question that I'm always asking myself, right? When I have a trip, like, why does it feel like I'm in a dream? So while I'm in this dream, backtrack to when I'm having this dream, I ask myself, why does it feel like a dream when I'm having a trip? And then all of a sudden, it felt like I was tripping in the dream.
I see.
And I was like, oh my God, it is the same. It's the same consciousness. Right?
What do you mean? We're all the same consciousness.
No, I know, but like, for me, my dreams are so, like, real. Like, it's like tripping. It's like as real as they feel when you're on a psychedelic trip. They feel that close to me all the time.
I know, you told me.
I know I'm telling you. I'm hopefully telling somebody else that can relate to this. Who has intense dream experiences. Anyways.
Things to talk about as you're coming up. Some very trippy topics. Leave it to Lauren. Jesus.
So, on the other side of tripping,
Just have conversations about dreams and reality mixing.
Yeah.
This is a surefire way to find yourself
welcome to my reality.
in like a deep, deep trip. Because these thoughts sober are very like, you can entertain them. But when you start entertaining thoughts that are very easy to manage sober in a trip state.
They're not easy to manage sober. This is the thing. They're not even easy to manage sober.
Right. So then you try to manage that in like I just took 300 micrograms of acid state. It's a very different experience.
Well, it's hard to follow any train of thought, let alone a trippy dream train of thought. When you're in the trippy dream state, is what I'm saying. But from the dream, I was having such a conscious, sober feeling, like it didn't feel like a trippy dream state. And then all of a sudden, when I asked that question within the dream, why does it feel like when I'm tripping, why does it feel like I'm in a dream? And then all of a sudden, it felt like my dreams are so real that.
So hold on, let's change the topic for a second. Have you tried just sitting down and breathing? Breathing is a whole new experience right now. Not to derail your I get it, your dreams are so fucking real. I get it, I understand. I hear you. The realest dreams on earth. We're in a dream right now, Lauren.
I
We're,
know
we're,
you know.
we're in a dream right now. It's all a dream.
I know you know, but they don't know.
Mm. The people that I'm communicating on the other side of this thing, yeah. But this is when you actually just look completely insane. like this is part of the trip where people watching would be like they're just completely insane.
I
Like-
mean, is it so wrong to be silly though?
No.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like people are so like what's insane? What's insanity is doing the same thing every day, and the definition of insanity is doing the same thing continuously and expecting a different result.
But are you expecting a different result? Because I'm actually expecting a different result, but I have very real expectations. I know that if I continue in this pattern, it's going to give me similar results, but you can like tweak the pattern a little bit and you can start getting new results. But you have to like look at the big term, the long-term goal. If you just look at like the day-to-day, it can feel very monotonous, but if you like tweak things a little bit, like there's that whole theory of, I forget which bicycle team it is, but there was a bike team where they were always last. I think it was Britain in the Olympics. They were always last or something. And then they hired this guy, and all he did was make these tiny tweaks to like a different lubricant or something, like crazy things. And they were like getting just a tiny percent better in a bunch of areas, which actually resulted in them winning.
Huh.
And it was like stuff you wouldn't imagine, like changing the aerodynamics of like their helmet just a little bit. Like it was all these tiny, seemingly insignificant changes. So like, yeah, every day is like the definition of insanity, but you can make these little changes and you can progress. You can definitely progress and grow.
Sure. In comparison to what?
Huh?
What are we growing from?
I don't know.
Are you just talking about the little things?
Little things.
The little things that make a big difference?
You're talking about insanity, and you said the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result.
Yeah, it's not rolling around on the ground having a good time, having a good old giggle about life.
Yeah. No, I know. I was just making a statement that we look insane. I know that we're not insane, but we look insane.
No, but we're all mad here.
I feel like I'm in Alice in Wonderland when you say that.
Well, yeah, it's an Alice in Wonderland quote.
Yeah, I know, but like I can actually like envision it and feel it, like I am in Alice in Wonderland.
Oh, well, yeah.
Thoughts are very vivid to me at the moment.
Because Alice in Wonderland is, okay, because it is the dreamland, it is the dream world, and it is very much touching into that realm, right?
I would venture as far as to say there is more to reality than meets the eye. I think that there's a lot more going on than most people even want to consider. But then you could say that we're overcomplicating something that is essentially simple. There's so many different ways to look at everything. It's fascinating to me. I like LSD because it presents new ways of looking at the same thing.
Exactly. It breaks through the insanity.
I mean, yeah, you could put it that way, sure. I wouldn't phrase it like that, personally.
I absolutely would. It breaks through the mundanity, which drives us insane.
I don't feel insane, though.
But your life is not mundane.
I see.
Nor conventional, so to speak. I mean, you have fatherhood.
But it
which
used to
is-
be conventional. I used to have a 9-to-5 job. I remember those days very well.
Yeah, but you were always a psychonaut, so you were never really looking at life and the world the same as other people.
What are you kicking at me?
I'm just putting the blanket on you.
I need to assess what these cameras are seeing.
I hope they're not seeing me.
I see your feet sticking up on this camera. And then this one must move to a new location.
My foot can talk for me.
Here we go. This camera at least captures more of our experience. Beautiful.
I can see
Everything's
how
very
much I
melty.
didn't care about being on camera that I didn't shave my legs, which wouldn't be on
I
camera.
told Jasmine that if she didn't shave her legs, it would turn me on.
I
See if
don't
she
know
doesn't
what
do it.
to. I don't know what response to that. Wait, what? Say that again.
I told Jasmine if she doesn't shave her legs, it'll turn me on. Just let her hair grow.
Does she normally shave her legs?
Of course she does.
So you want her to just go all natural,
I don't know. I haven't really considered it.
or are you just teasing her?
I am not sure.
What a comment. I feel like I got lint in my mouth. Oh, brushing teeth would feel good. I really do think about cutting my hair though. I need to get a good chop because it's giving me neck problems.
Neck problems?
Yeah, like I literally can't escape the weight. Feel how heavy my hair is. Like, and it's still a little damp, so.
I think a solution would be getting a stronger neck.
Motherfucker! Necklace!
You can put a weight on the back of your head and you can do some neck lifts.
Oh my god.